Hello everyone, this is CMDR Trium talking to you once again from the Elite Dangerous universe. And once again we're flying our crate. This is the second section on today, October 7th, 3304. We're in Galileo Station and we're just going to take on some more missions and continue our quest. Seemingly endless grind to get through the Federation ranking system. We'll be taking targets of opportunity for combat as we go. And if we run out of cash, we're going to be headed for the California Nebula to do passenger missions. So we'll begin tonight with the Easy Aquari system, the Altair system, the Tufla system. These are all systems we've been to in the past. Epsilon Eridani. We have 4 missions, all to be completed inside of the next 24 hours. Let's begin with the Epsilon Eridani mission. And we're headed for Lindweaver Landing.
What's up, man?
Not too much. You're in the Shinwarta Desert system. I thought I'd call this quickly. Are there lots of player killers there right now?
I'm looking. I didn't see any in Super Cruise. And, oh shit, I'm trespassing. God damn it. That's what I'm here looking for, but I haven't seen one yet.
Okay. My Anaconda got blowed up when I was there last. Yeah. So I had to block someone. If you just give me a second, I'll identify the target. Friends and private groups. Block players include Honey Badger, Commander Honey Badger.
Oh, really? She's here.
What's that?
He's here.
He killed me in an orca, if you can believe it. Like an anaconda versus an orca. but he collided with me a bunch of times and then blew my ship up that way. So not too happy with him.
Yeah, I think I just saw him. He's in a taxi right now.
Oh, really? So he might not be very well defended.
Low wake. He went back up to Super Cruise. Let me see if I can't go.
If you could let me know if he's there, I'd love to kill him.
Oh. That's muddy grass. Let's see here.
There we go.
Yeah, he's not.
Not present?
He's out in Super Cruise doing something. Let's see if I can't get him pulled. Well, I don't have an interdictor. Let's see if he won't pull me.
Well, you can buy one at Shinwarta Desert, so you just go to Jameson Station and pick one up. Here.
Oh, I'm not. This build is, I don't put an interdictor on it because I don't want to sacrifice any tankiness.
Anyway, I won't be, I don't know if I'll have to interdict him or what. I may just follow him around until he drops to low wake, and then I'll come in on his low wake. And, I'll fuck him up.
Yeah, let me see who I got here now.
You know what I'm going to do? Here's what we'll do. I'm going to go to Galaxy Map.
You're not going to be able to find him.
Oh, we'll find him. Here's what we'll do. Just give me a damn minute. I'm going to plan my plan. I'm cleared off the whole evening for planning. So there.
I'll head towards Jameson Base and see if he's over there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that's where I'm headed right now. I'm going to go fuck him up. Now, I may have to unblock him to fuck him up, but don't tell him what I'm doing.
No.
Say nothing, lest I lose my advantage. I'm coming in on a crate that's very, pretty well upgraded. It's not maxed up yet, but it's getting there.
Okay, Honey Badger is in Super Cruise.
Okay. Popping in. Now,
no?
The other thing is, since I've got... He may be a tough fucker to actually track down, because as soon as he realizes I can outrun him, he's gonna immediately turn and flee. And when he does that, I'll have to chase him, and for that I am gonna need an interdictor.
Yeah, he's here. He's in his Orca.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't think his Orca will be very effective against the against my crate, but we'll see. I've been able to outrun anything I got into a fight with this crate.
He's checking me out.
See if you can suck him into battle, and then I can join him. And I don't know if he'll want to attack you, but...
Oh, he's coming to attack me. He's getting behind me.
Here we go.
We're right by Jameson Base. So you're aware.
Okay. Stand by. We're headed to V886 Centauri, 17.2 light years. I left my FSD booster back on Galileo Station in the solar system. So this is going to take 4 or 5 jumps just to get out to Shinwarta, but... There he is. Okay, Shinwarta Desra. Passing a white dwarf. 11.9 light years. FSD is charging. Shinwarta is high security, so there should be police ships. 4, 3, 2, 1, jump.
He's not taking the bait.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh. He's asking me if I want a hug.
Really? I've located Jameson Station. Now 324 light seconds away and closing. CBDR. Have you got him targeted? There he is. Got him. He's targeted. Let's see if he jumps. You're gonna have to pop in if he takes my bait.
You got an interdictor?
No. I'm gonna let him interdict me. Here he comes. My tail is exposed.
No, he smells it.
Fuck.
He knows it's up.
He knows there's a trap. Can you monitor him out here while I go to Jameson?
I can fight him real quick.
Can you jump him?
No, he's asking me if I wanted a hug.
No, fuck him.
And I said sure.
He's coming in. Okay, hang on. He's coming in.
No, I don't think he's gonna mess with us. Who is this other guy?
No. He knows I'm laying a trap for him.
Well, you can see that we're both crewed up.
Now he can, yeah. It's not something you would see instantly at first. And you have no interdictor, eh?
No, I don't interdict. I just let people come at me.
Okay, well,
There's
hang
a
on.
guy with his interdictor out over here to our side, though. It's an anaconda. I might go fight this guy.
How will you do that if you haven't got an interdictor?
Oh, he's got his interdictor out, and... Oh, no.
Okay. Well, as soon as he sees me head for Jameson, he knows I'm going to come after him with my, with an interdictor, so... You just keep him busy out there, guessing. I'll be a couple minutes.
Let's see.
You're dropping. Do you need assistance?
Yeah, I dropped down. No, I'll be alright.
Okay.
Let's see if he'll come after me.
Okay. He might wait until... See, I don't know if... I didn't see him winged up with anyone, but he may be. Unofficially, like. Approaching Founder's World. 50 light second... 0.5 light seconds from target. Yeah, everyone's using medium-class ships here. They're using fast, light craft. No one wants to take an Anaconda through here. 15,000 kilometers from base. 7,000 kilometers from base. 4,000. 3,000.
He just pulling me down.
2,000. There we go. 616 kilometers. Here we go. Landing.
Oh.
Attention, Commander. You need to reduce your speed.
Landing on Bay 23. Located.
Oh, I think we have a gank crew here.
Here we go. I'm about to switch up. And we are halted. Over the landing bay. You're under attack.
Alright. It's not the right guy, though.
Oh. Maybe they're gonna try using some other players on you and he will come last. Computer, go to optional internal. Go to collector limpet controller, browse the shop, and I want you to give me the interdictor class 4. 4A, the interdictor for 18 million. Insurance is at 7.1. We have 9 in the bank. We're gonna have to do something about that at some point. Okay, launching.
This little courier's a little asshole. Unless you get here soon, I'm up the highway. How
And-
are you, Billy?
Here we go. In jump space, headed towards you.
Alright, well that guy's
Enable wing beacon, computer, enable wing lock, stand by, moving into position. Here we go. Sorry, repeat your message.
thought his friend was a python, and I was wrong.
Are you under attack?
Yeah, I got the honey badger right here. You need to get in here.
Coming. 273 light seconds and CBDR. Stand by. ETA. 45 seconds. Here we go.
They're both staying clear of me.
I see you. System authorities are en route to you. Dropping in. There he is, honey badger. What the hell?
He's trying to ram me.
Yeah, well, he's at 86% health now, and his shields are down. What the hell? Why am my turning arcs are so slow? What's going on?
Drag drives.
What?
Drag drives.
I don't understand.
There's a special modification you can get, drag drive. It'll slow you down.
Doesn't work on thrusters.
You've got to get one of these guys off my back. Shit, where the hell? Oh, honey badger's out of control.
Yeah,
Take him.
I am. I'm trying to. Those fucking drag drives or whatever the fuck it is are not helping any. He's pulling away. He's fleeing. How the hell can he flee?
Did you run?
Stand by. Attack target. He took off, they both fled. Wait, no, they didn't. You're still under attack.
Yep.
Head towards me. I'm getting nowhere. Head towards me.
I'm trying. Gotcha, I can't even find you. Hold on.
Where the fuck? You
I'm
should
coming.
you should have no trouble finding me.
I got you. God damn. Fucking Badger's back.
Well, his friend here, I don't know what the fuck. There are 3 of them. Prepare for evacuation.
Oh, I'm here till death.
32. We almost killed one of them. I'm under attack.
Nope.
I'm fleeing. Yeah, I'm fleeing. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Oh, that was fun.
I can't move out of the way. Where the fuck are my engines? Hello?
Trying to low wake?
No, my engines aren't working. I'm jumping away. Fighter destroyed. Reassembling shields.
One of them was fucking handy.
I've used planet position to escape.
You need to high wake.
I'm gone. I'm already out of range.
Fucking gank wings.
Fucking Badger. He's obviously quite skilled at this.
Not really. I was beating him other than the fact that,
Yeah, but he got help from someone.
yeah, that's all. That's just, he's a gank wing, that's all.
Okay, I see your ship now. I'm landing at this port. I'm going to restock. And I'm going to follow you outside, so wait in the vicinity.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to go anywhere. I think I'm going to get something to eat. Take a break.
Well, you have to leave the station out you've launched. You don't have a choice.
Wait, what?
You don't have a choice. You've left the station already.
No, I didn't.
Are you landing, or?
No, I'm docked.
Not according to my scope, you're not.
And I'm coming to the surface. Yeah. See me up in your upper left.
Okay.
Yeah, you're targeted on somebody else.
I can't fucking believe that. So what's this fucking effect? Drag something?
Drag drives.
Drag what? I can't hear you.
Drag drives? It's drag drives. It makes your ship act as if you've got one pip or no pips to engine.
Again, I can't understand you. You're not making any sense. Just try talking clearly and without stuttering. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to understand you.
I am. It's drag drives.
Yes, I got that.
Yeah, it makes your ship perform as if you have no pips to engine.
Oh, I see. Okay. That shouldn't have mattered. It was worse than even that. Like, even if I shut my engines off and just put everything to shields and weapons, there's no way my ship would ever perform that badly. Like, I really don't understand how they could have a mod that would do that much to a ship just area of effect. And it is area of effect because it affected you, it affected me, it affected everyone except his allies.
This thing moves pretty slow anyway.
No, but in my case, I have a fast ship. Now, I still outran them. But, I mean, by the time you were destroyed, there were 3 of them in combat. He was summoning help. Fucking, we pounded the hell out of him, too. Like, ugh. What a frustrating battle. That should have been handily won. And I completely negated his ability to collide with me. I mean, he tried a couple times, but he was not able to collide with my ship.
Yeah, I had him down. I had him down pretty far.
Well, his shields were gone. That's the other thing. If you got his shields gone, why not finish him off? Like, it shouldn't have been a problem. Once his shields...
He outran me.
What's that?
He outran me. I couldn't catch up to him. That's all they were doing, was anytime I started to really affect one of them, they'd fly away and the other one would come up from behind me.
Yeah, that's gang winging a player.
Yeah.
And as it was, even with 3 of them on 2, it was fairly close. If you'd had like just a slightly better ship, it would have been we would have handily emerged victorious from that.
This ship's a badass. Like, problem with the ship.
Well, it has lots of armor, but it's not a combat vessel. It's a freaking cargo ship. Like, it's not designed to fight protracted battles. You need like a couple class 3s to actually hold your own in battle, and that boy just doesn't have it. The Type 9 only has two class 2s and 2 class 1s. You're not going to win any big battles with that thing.
This thing takes on cutters. And
I don't see how you'd never take on my friend's cutter. My wingman's cutter has over nearly 3,000 shields and over 2,000 armor. There's no goddamn way you're going to convince me that with 2 class 2 weapons as your primaries, you're going to take that thing down. No bloody way.
Is he around?
Not right now. I'd be very surprised. I mean, even someone as mediocre as me in wing combat, which, I don't know, I'm not incompetent, but I'm not the most competent player for combat. And I say that based on my fighter. Like, I've been aboard other people's corvettes and flown their fighter wings for them in concert with other people, which is always fun because those fighters are fucking rocket quick. The one ship, by the way, that was really hassling them was my fighter. They could not get their act together with that fighter. That thing just kept shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting, and it kept taking chunks out of that orca. And because I had it devote all of its target to that, except when he left, and then I had to realign the target to something else. And then he jumps back in, unfortunately. The only weapon I can think of, the only upgrade that we have that we might want to bring to a battle like that would be something like the, what's the name of that upgrade that knocks your aim off and disables? What's that?
Oh, well, you're talking about force shell or dispersal shell?
Whatever disrupts enemy lock, so their weapons lock on you is lost.
There's target lock breaker. There's all kinds of shit.
Well, that would be it, the target lock breaker, whatever the hell that is. That's not the name of it, but there is.
Well, there's target lock breaker. There's force shell. There's dispersal field.
The target lock breaker is really effective because you hit him and then his lock is broken and he has to relock you again, and especially for hit and run attacks, there's nothing that beats it. I mean, short of the healing laser, where you get a tank, you put the tank up front, and then you heal the tank from behind. Like you sit 4 kilometers away or whatever, and then extend the range of your healing laser, and then you sit back. And if they don't figure out that, oh, we have to attack the healing ship, then they're screwed because the tank is nigh indestructible.
Well, what ships you got here?
I have an Anaconda crate here at present. I can have more. I have 8 ships to my name right now. I can have a Viper here right bloody quick.
Viper ain't much.
No.
This thing will go toe to toe with the cutters, no problem. The problem wasn't this ship; it was their tactics. And then they brought in a third guy because they couldn't get near me without malfunctioning.
They didn't even pay much attention to me, but I was taking chunks out of them. Like I reduced one of their guys down to 42, and he must have AFMU'd his ship or something because he came back in with almost 80 when he returned to combat. So I figured he did some out of combat repairs.
That makes sense too.
Or he had a repair limpet. If he has repair limpets, they can come in. And the other thing I didn't do, I didn't target any of their subsystems. I just hit their freaking hull. And I know you're always supposed to target their subsystems because it's like a little bonus. What's that?
That's I didn't target subsystems. I should have.
It's tough though because you have to focus on, when you're fighting. You don't have time to like dick around and like, oh, okay, do I attack his drive system or his power? Do I attack his reactor? Like, you just want to shoot at him.
Well, I had to keep switching between them. So
I wish there was a script or something you could run that would make the lock go automatically to his drive or to his reactor, because those are the 2 main systems you want to hit. If you got
a friend with a cutter, I'll show you. This thing will take down a cutter.
Well, yeah, I definitely would like to see that. I'll propose it to him and see what he says. So you're running a Type 9, is that right?
No, it's a Challenger.
Oh, it's a Challenger. I thought it was a Type 9.
Oh, hell no. I wouldn't go PvP with a Type 9.
Okay, well, that's what I was saying. Like, why the hell would you take a Type 9 against a cutter? You're nuts.
No, but I took this Challenger against a cutter, and I didn't get to finish the fight, but we were standing toe to toe.
Just now, you mean?
No, just the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's believable. But I mean, what we were fighting just now, I think, was a Clipper. Clippers are fast. And
yeah, Andy was there.
What's that?
Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, who's this Andy?
Hilarious. He's just a gank. He's a ganker.
I hate those. They're such fuckers.
Me and a bunch of guys have tried to fight him, but they don't ever just 1v1. They just gank people and swarm them.
What you do there is you get a bunch of people to join your ship as crew, And then you have 2 other commanders doing the same thing, and you all like band together and you go in there and blast the shit out of someone like that. Because then you have 2 fighters and or a gunner on your ship, and you go polish a son of a bitch off.
All right, well, I'm gonna take a break, man.
You do that. I'll be around a bit later.
All right.
Take care.
Later.
So that guy, Badger or whatever, that I was PvP'd in my Anaconda with a couple days ago, he's back here in the Shinrarta Desra system, right? So what do? I immediately pull up my crate and attack him. And my god, it was way more effective against that fucking orca of his because he can't collide with it. I can just outrun him. But get this, he launches a bristling, like a fucking horrible attack. He slows my ship down with some sort of upgrade. I think it's drive slow or drive something. So my ship doesn't, the thruster doesn't turn the ship anywhere near as fast. It's like freaking in an Anaconda again. The only bonus is that he's in the same boat. And it doesn't affect your overall engine speed. Your meters per second is still high, but your turning arc is just completely crippled. So myself and 1 other wingman let him have it. And what does he do? The son of a bitch goes out, gets another commander. We fight him. We got both of their shields down. We're whittling them away. One of them manages to jump away. And he does some sort of repair work on his ship, probably a repair limpet with AFMU. Comes back into battle like about 2 minutes later. He's healed up 20%. Re-engages us in battle, and then he brings another friend in. Now there's 3 on 2. And we still fight. Until finally my wingman is obliterated. He's flying an Alliance Challenger. And at that point I'm 3 on 1, so I have to leave. But again, the crate is fast enough that I outrun them both. And it looks like their turning arcs were crippled by their own upgrade. So it affected them as well as me. Plus they weren't all in a wing together, so they were all fighting me as independent commanders because the guys just wanted to keep adding fighters to attack me. They like basically I had an entire squadron after me at one point.
Sounds like fun.
So then, as I'm running away, they pulled the same stunt they tried to pull on my Anaconda, which was like get it back into combat again. And I arced around a planet. They couldn't go through the planet, so they were slowed, and I pulled away. At too high a rate of speed, they gave up the chase. They could not follow. And then I circled back to Jameson. That's where I am right now. So quite a fight, but I wasn't able to get my revenge completely.
I'm sure Andy Polaris was involved in Nacho something or another was involved.
Andy Polaris was one of the people we were fighting, actually. And he's a son of a bitch, too. I don't like him.
Super Nacho, Andy Polaris, OM3G488, and Axel Reese. I'm sure that at least 2 of them are probably involved.
Just Andy. I didn't notice the other guy. Here, let me have a look. I'll just double check quickly. I don't think so, though. Anoesis. So Andy Polaris and Enosis.
Yeah, Andy Polaris is a little fucking bitch.
Yeah, he's a bitch. I mean, Honey Badger is a bitch.
Where they run around in a bunch of damn
well, they got one anaconda. They got one anaconda, one orca that's configured to slam into people. So basically, the orca that they have is like a flying cruise missile, right? And they just crash it into people and take down their shields. There's something about the orca that lets you treat it like a fucking missile, which is a tactic terrorists use, right? You take commercial aircraft and you freaking slam them into things.
Yep.
And the other guy didn't get. I think he was flying a Cobra, but anyway, we had their shields down, but they kept popping in and out of combat after that, and it was just pointless to like. They just made it impossible to fight them with the numbers that we had. Plus, the Challenger that was forming on my wing was not properly configured for combat. This ship is actually a fighter. Like, it's actually appropriately configured for combat.
Yeah.
But the other guy wasn't. If he had been, we would have won, even 3-on-2. But of course, no opportunity. We'll have to wait for another opportunity to take them down. But we almost prevailed. But you know what sucks about that is, so what? We kill what's his name, Andy Polaris, and we kill Honey Badger. They get relocated due to notoriety to a detention area, and then what? They just fly back into the game again.
Yeah, they just come back and keep harassing people.
I don't think they have any kind of downside to their notoriety. They need to make that more, like, if you have notoriety in a system, make the system police come after you and make you a priority, But Shinmarta...
If it gets high enough that you'll start getting targeted by higher level police forces, but police forces still aren't all that big of a deal. They are the higher quality ones.
Yeah. By the way, I fixed my helmet. I finally pulled it apart this afternoon. And although the video cable is still buggered, the earphones are now fixed. So all the audio properties have been restored. So I just have to worry about video next. And I don't quite know how I'm going to do that. The audio was configured to be disassembled. You need a screwdriver, and you just pull off this bolt, and the assembly comes apart nicely. But for this video cable, it's not that convenient. I may have to take it into a shop or something and have it all soldered properly back together again. But it does not look as if I'm going to have to spend $800 buying another fucking headset. Still, I'm pissed off at the low quality. So, do you want to hook up today? Or shall I go on missions?
I'm out in California.
Oh, that's right. You went out to California. Yeah, I have to get some more money because I just blew away 4 million credits on a Class 4A interdictor, which is nice, but...
I am currently at 142 million credits. I need to get my safety bubble built back up.
Yeah. Well, maybe I should pull out the Anaconda and go do that. I mean, I do need some money, but a fighter isn't the best thing to go get money in. Here, let's see if I get any money for... No, I don't get any money. Tech broker, no. I can immediately buy a Guardian Plasma Charger, Class 1. Shard cannons are available. of course, I can have the Javelin, the Lance, or the Trident Guardian fighters, which at some point I'm going to have to go out and do that.
Oh, I'm sure I will too at some point.
Well, I may as well. I know you don't think very highly of Guardian architecture, but...
I don't have a problem with it. I just don't want to have to go do the grind to...
Oh, it's not a grind. You only need one blueprint now to like get all that shit. It's not like a grind like you had to go through for the Corvette.
Or the cutter.
Yeah, well, the cutter I'm only 2 ranks away from, so I'll get my cutter as well. Or not cutter, clipper, fairly quickly. But I want the clipper and I want the Corvette by the end of the month. That's my goal. And right now, I'm at 70% commander. And we're going to go for 80 in this session. Unless you give me something more important to do. If you want.
Okay. Well, right now I'm going to go make some money, I think, more than anything.
Where you may... Oh, just at the California Nebula?
Yeah, it's a simple place to make money.
Yeah, well, it seems to be the best place so far. I haven't found anything better. Although I could explore around the bubble a bit more and see. Is there a place you would like me to do some exploration near the bubble? To answer that question of, like, is there somewhere else to make money?
Give me a minute and I'll look.
Because I don't know of any places where there's been colonial expansion. I know there has been off the... sort of the west side when you look at the galaxy with Earth at the center bottom and the core top center. If you look to the left, there are a series of colonies just to the left of the bubble and on that map. Top down, like on our Pilots Federation map.
Well, there's other systems eventually. I'd have to go re-Google it and all that and try and find them again that I figured to look at, but a lot of those were closer in the bubble.
Well, just send me. I mean, you can stay out there and make money, and then I can go do this research.
The last time I did any looking into it, the thing to look for is for tourist economies.
Yes.
Check them out, build up some reputation with them, and see what kind of missions they give out. If they're just all sporadic missions all over the place, not so good. But if they send you or have lots of people wanting to go to the same spot, then it ain't so bad. It might be worth doing. And I haven't really gotten around to doing any investigating into that any more than learning it. But wife's got food ready, so I'm gonna go eat quick.
All right, whatever.
Shortly.
Okay. Let's have a look here. Let's see if we can buy another one of those outfitting. Oh, come on, you dizzy son of a bitch. reinforced. No. Military grade is 36 on this craft, so... Oh my god! This is pissing me off to no end. You bugger! Come on! Come on! Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. Oh, you're kidding me! Are you joking? Oh, we have suffered an audio malfunction. Stand by. me. Finally. But for how fucking long? Okay, so it looks like the headset audio is fucked completely. And it's because the wiring is tied into the headband itself that wraps around your head and expands and contracts as a result and bends all out of shape. What a piss poor fucking design this is. Someone needs to take a gun and shoot fucking Zuckerberg in the head. Absolutely hate that guy. And now I have one more really good reason to. What a douche.
No, he just bought that problem. He didn't invent it, I don't think, did he?
Oh God, no. He can't invent anything. What gave you the mistake? You have all these weird ideas about America's business leaders. You do realize that they capitalize off the ideas of other people. They don't actually invent anything themselves, except for Elon Musk, who is like an oddity.
Well, all you weird Canadians have this theory that the American way isn't...
There is no American way. It's gone. It died. It died in the 60s because the baby boomers came along and corrupted any idea about the American dream. And botched it all to hell. Oh, for fuck's sakes, my God in heaven.
So when your
2+ system.
when your headset went to shit on you, your stream went to shit as well.
What? What do you mean?
You had a blank screen there showing the Xtreme blah blah blah, whatever it is when it's not streaming.
That it was always like that, wasn't it?
No, because now as soon as you got your headset working again, your stream kicked back in.
No, I mean, whenever the headset failed, the stream failed as well.
Not usually, I don't think. Then again, most of the time I'm not sitting here watching that monitor either.
Anyway, okay, thank you. Wow, I mean, I bought Marvel and had like the Marvel Heroes game for the Oculus so I could be Doctor Strange. Could stand up, jump around the room, no problem. Sit down in this fucking useless chair and start playing Elite and everything goes to shit. And the only difference between Elite and Marvel is that Marvel and Oculus collaborated to make that game. Elite is not a collaboration between anyone except Elite and Elite. And it just happens to work on the Oculus. But it's not designed specifically for the Oculus. I really wish it were. I really, really do. But it's not. It's designed to operate on 65 multiple devices, and then it doesn't operate on any of them in an ideal fashion, and that includes console. But here I am, being frustrated by it week after week. What was I doing here? No, it wasn't that. Oh, what the fuck was it I was doing? Oh yeah, we have to outfit this fucking useless craft with something. other than the frame shift drive interdictor, we need the experimental... Oh, what the hell? They don't have any experimental weapons here? That is totally useless. They have no experimental add-ons here at this base, so you can't add Guardian anything, nor can you add any AX weaponry at Jameson. You're just screwed, you see.
No, because that's where I outfitted my AX weapons.
No, they're not here.
Great. They should be.
They're not. Nope, I double-checked and triple-checked. They're not here.
That's where I've always bought all my AX weapons.
I don't think you have. I don't see how that could possibly be true.
Right, all my Guardian frame shift drives there and all my AX weapons there.
Well, technically they should be available, but they're not. I don't know why. Maybe the weapons are, but none of the modules are.
Maybe need to go into the screen to talk to the...
Yeah, so I can't get the Guardian FSD expansion module. I can get the weapons, that they're here, but the expansion module is not. The FSD extension module isn't.
Frame shift drive booster. I bought many of them there.
Well, oh, there they are. They're just not labeled properly. They don't. The weapons have that blue Guardian symbol on them. The modules don't. You have to like pick them out of the list. Yeah, so there it is. What a piece of garbage. Who the hell comes up with this stuff? I honestly wonder. Like, are there no graphics standards, no UI standards whatsoever? Oh, yoy. I really don't understand. I really don't. Okay, no more interdictions. We have the hull reinforcement package. So we can get a collector if we want. Yeah, we can have a collector. The hull reinforcement package is here, so are 2 shield boosters, shield generator. We don't need a 3A shield generator, that's for damn sure. We will sell that one for 500,000 credits. We are now over our purchase limit. Frame shift drive indicate interdictor. We'll leave that there. The hatch breaker limpet. The recon limpet, the heatsink launcher, the standard docking computer times 1 times 2 times 3. Let's get rid of the recon limpet controller type 1. Economy class passenger cabin repair limpet mining lasers. Well, I don't think we need these class. Oh, yes, we do. They're both at Robogo. We have the cargo rack ×2. We have a fuel scoop at Heritage System class 4D. We have a collector limpet controller in LDS 413. I'm selling that off. We have a burst laser supporting turret but not upgraded. $250,000. Three pulse lasers, seeker missile racks, power plants, planetary vehicle hangar, a 7D power reactor. Yeah. We have thrusters at back trim pox. They are upgraded for dirty drive tuning. And there's a class 5 reactor there as well. It's multi-cannon. Oh look, we have the shock cannon type 3 gimbaled, no upgrades. So we'll get rid of that one. 2 million. Oh wait, that's a shot cannon. Never mind. No, we're not going to do that. Prismatic shield generator, fuel scoop, Guardian plasma, charger, Guardian frameshift drive booster, auto field maintenance unit. FMU. That's it, Eurabia. It's worth 8 million, and yeah, we'll sell that one off because we really don't need it. Actually, no, you know what? Transfer it to this station. Okay, we now have 7.3 million credits. Just barely over a million, just under a million, I beg your pardon, over what we need to buy a new ship completely from scratch again. All right then.
Damn it, I forgot Anaconda has a fat ass.
4 jumps to 2 for the computer. Go to galaxy map and realign course. Now we're at 3 jumps. We can inject. We can go to ministry. Ministry. No, we'll go to LTT 3572, a Federation system. And that will cut it down to 2 jumps. Exit and launch. We're now 2 jumps away, jumping 70 light years in a crate.
Jumping how far?
70 light years.
7?
70.
70 in a crate.
Yes.
That ain't bad.
Hey?
Okay.
I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Turn your speaker up.
No. Ready to jump. Jumping. Here we go. I'm jumping to LTT 3572, Star Class M Red. Two, one, jump. We are jumping way past the red line because no one's ever done that before. And doopla. Doopla. For our second jump. If the map ever loads. "12 light seconds. This planet is probably right up against the star. I can't remember what system it was I jumped into, but the gas giant in the system was literally inside the corona of the star. Like if you went around in front of the planet, you would be stopped because you would be inside the jump circle of the star, the exclusion zone. What you have to understand is these planets shit. Overshot. These planets, when they're that close to the star, they're having their atmospheres blown, like blasted clean off the star. And you kind of wonder, well, how is this planet still here after a while? Shouldn't it be gone?
It has no atmosphere.
But it's a gas giant, so it does have an atmosphere. But how? Because it shouldn't, since it's up against the star and has having its atmosphere blasted off. Oh look, it's a potato-shaped planet. Bay 20 is clear. And now we are doing a manual docking. It seems that there's fairly heavy traffic inside the starbase today. Not from ships, but from four-wheeled vehicles driving along the highway system inside the starbase. Now, what would like to know is how in the hell did they give everyone a car inside the starbase? Isn't that pollution? Unless, of course, they're recharging the cars off the fusion reactors by plugging them in.
This station operates a zero-tolerance policy. An open fracture. State station.
Oh, did you watch The Man in the High Castle? Hello?
Yes.
Did you watch The Man in the High Castle?
No.
A really good sci-fi series.
I don't have cable TV. I can't watch sci-fi.
You can watch Amazon. And you can download torrents. So you could see this. But if you like, I can post it onto the a link onto the website that will let you see all that you need to see.
What's so significant about this show?
It's a historical drama about what would have happened to society, in the United States in particular, if the Nazis had won the Second World War. It takes place in the 1960s. And believe me, the world is on its ear. Because the Nazis are not very nice.
What gave you that idea?
Well, there was Nostradamus' chirping about the crooked cross and something about Hitler being the Antichrist. That was the first clue. Well, no, it wasn't actually. It was one of the many clues. But just think, you could have had Dr. Mengele as a doctor, as a physician. Never mind Obamacare.
Probably not.
If you thought Obamacare sucked, imagine being under the ministrations of a Nazi doctor named Mengele, who liked to experiment on his patients, especially if they were Jewish. All right. We have completed our visit to Planet 1.
This station operates under a docking reservation policy. Ensure you have authorization before attempting to disembark.
Maybe I could get some money out of this headset by selling it off. Like well, I'd buy one of those guards that you wrap around the headset, so that there's no hygiene issue. It's just like a new foam. And then you go and sell it on eBay or sell it on Craigslist or something, and then you take some of that money and you go and you buy a new one.
If you sell it that way on eBay, they're going to have a fit. God damn it.
They're always having a fit on eBay.
No, people will have a fit if they find out that you sold them used equipment.
Well, I'll tell them it was used. I'm not going to keep it a secret. I wasn't planning on ripping anyone off. But I would rework it so that it was, cleaned up, and so it at least looked and felt as good as new.
Until they plugged it in for 20 minutes and found out it don't work.
That's why you put as is in your ad. That way, if there are any problems, it's as is. Their risk, their dime, their risk. Caveat emptor, as the Latins used to say. Surely they let you do that in the United States. You can post an ad and say buyer beware, can't you?
Fly responsibly. Ensure you
If you don't want it to sell.
You'd be amazed. People like buying all sorts of shit that is probably not worth as much as being asked for it. Of course, I could just take the soldering iron to the connectors and see if I can get it working. That's another option. Maybe I'll do that instead. But this audio problem now, it doesn't seem like it's all that serious, but it's frustrating. Like, you have to take the bolt and you have to screw with it until everything's back into place again where it's supposed to be. And then your audio comes back on in your right ear. It never failed in the left ear. But if I did decide to sell it, all I'm saying is that, I'd be selling it basically as junk or parts. And that's why you put as buyer beware. You can have the parts, and if it works, good for you. If not, well, then it's not as good, but you can still salvage parts out of the unit. So it's not totally useless, but I'm not a computer store and I have no intention of getting into the business of fixing headsets. So why would I keep it? I want a functioning headset, unless I needed parts. Maybe that's the answer. I should just buy another one, and then I'll have parts if I ever need them for the second one. So I heard Kavanaugh got confirmed today.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. So now you have a rapist as a Supreme Court justice. So much for the American dream. What's that?
Good for him.
Yep. I know that boosts your confidence 110-fold in the American justice system. And rightly so, I might add. If you have doubts, that is. By the way, I'm still a proponent of the rule of law.
Laws are for people who can't defend themselves.
You can always defend yourself. Just how good are you likely to be at it? Laws, traditions, and customs are some of the hardest things about a society to master. Always have been. Most of them are completely arbitrary, although the criminal law is usually not, but there are exceptions. And you still have to have, and one thing that we have not done is we have not addressed the issue of forgiveness in our justice system. Thus the question remains, should you, for the rest of your life, have to pay for a mistake that was made at one point? And I think, depending on the mistake, and the kind of mistake that was made, it should not necessarily follow you around for the rest of your life. Once upon a time, there was this concept of a person accused and convicted of paying a debt to society. And that concept seems to have disappeared now.
So the concept never existed.
What's that?
That concept never existed.
Oh, yes, it did. It was said to have existed anyway.
Well, yeah.
Way back when.
In a perfect world, it might have existed, but this ain't a perfect world, so therefore it never existed. It's one of them fucking figments of society's imagination.
See, the other thing to keep in mind, too, is people that have been wronged by criminals don't always necessarily agree with the punishments. They can sometimes believe, in fact, that they're too severe. And they get no say whatsoever. It's just presumed that someone who's been victimized by another, which happens all the time, to varying degrees, it's just presumed that they should be allowed to get revenge. And revenge is not what the justice system is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about balancing the scales, ergo the statue. And we're almost there. Whoop! No. There we are. 10 kilometers away from landing site, computer. Prepare for docking request. Request docking.
Access granted. Set down on landing pad 07.
I like your legal disclaimer on your YouTube. Adult content included. Access to this content should be seen only with parental, guardian consent, or by those aged 13 and up. Some explicit language and references to drugs or sex may be included.
Correct.
It should be age 18, not 13.
Well, for the most part, I try to keep it tasteful, but
Yeah, I don't.
there is content. Well, yes, but I mean, you're just an average guy. I mean, neither one of us is a broadcaster, nor do we have a broadcast license, so we're not really held to that kind of a standard. But I do like to advise people that there is some content in here that a parent might find questionable. And they might want to shield their young child from it. But I'm glad you noticed. It's always nice to... I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Alright then.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the only important things in life.
That's right.
Just need some rock and roll in your YouTube stream now.
I did have rock and roll, but I was in violation of copyright, so I had to pull it off. Actually, some of it got pulled off automatically, with or without my input. Because all that a registered copyright holder on YouTube has to do is claim that the music is theirs, and they can have it yanked. You can have your whole video yanked on you. There's no due process or anything. It's just yanked. It's like I'm guilty before I'm innocent. God, that annoyed me about that whole trial with Kavanaugh. The Republicans kept treating it like a goddamn trial. It is not a trial.
Are you sure?
Well, it turned into one maybe, but that's not what the point originally was. The point was he's supposed to serve on this body, on this senior judicial body, as one of the senior authorities on justice in the United States for the rest of his natural life, and quite possibly for the rest of our natural lives. And he was demanding, the standard of consideration that we afford criminals in terms of guilt or innocence, or accused criminals in terms of, so in other words, free people, that same standard. And I think that is too low a bar for him to clear. He and anyone else applying for that kind of a role in our societies needs to hit a higher standard. They are going for one of the most senior positions in the government. So why should we settle for innocent till proved guilty? In fact, it should be the other way around, shouldn't it? Guilty until proved innocent. If we have any doubts about you, then you can't serve in that capacity. There are many other capacities he might be perfectly suitable for, but not that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost. I'm trying to figure out why whether or not his guilt or innocence is important.
It's sort of exactly what I was just saying. It isn't. Not for this. He was accused of sexually assaulting women. Well, that raises doubts. It may not be fair, but...
So that means that just because he's accused of something that he no longer deserves the right to...
Well, if I apply for... Listen.
He's applying for?
That's right. And if I apply for a job, the employer doesn't have to justify their decision. They can say no for whatever reason. Maybe they're holding me to guilt until proved innocent. So why should he be given the privilege of having anything, why should the people have to justify themselves before they make him a Supreme Court justice? That's not what's the, that's not...
You gotta remember, this is the United States, this isn't Canada. Our laws are different.
I know, I'm trying to understand them. And it's not a law. It's a job interview.
Employers are not allowed to discriminate.
Oh, I thought they were.
They have to have a valid reason to deny a job.
You're kidding.
Not just because of whatever.
Oh, come now. Surely not. Surely an employer who runs
I'm a felon. I've been hired by many places.
Yeah. But they could say you're a felon, I'm not going to hire you.
Did something wrong once.
Yeah. That's to their credit, but I mean, it's not a requirement that they hire you specifically, regardless of your felony background. They don't like felons.
They can't use that felony background as the grounds for not.
Well, if it was a,
I could actually press charges on them because of it.
And how would that work? How would you find out?
There are times when people have found out. The point is, though, just because you've got pending accusations or anything like that, they can't use that as a reason not to employ you.
In Canada, there are criterion for it being invalid. For example, you cannot deny me access to a job because I'm gay. It's considered discriminatory and prejudicial. It's against my human rights. So you decline if you give me a job if you fail to give me a job solely on the basis of me being gay or bisexual, then I can take you to the Human Rights Tribunal and say, look, this isn't appropriate. This person needs to be fined. Most people
do the same thing here.
Most people wouldn't bother, though, for several reasons. Number one, depending on the type of job, you don't want the reputation. If reputation is relevant, you don't want the reputation of someone who's going to run around and sue their employer. And number two, because there's always some excuse you can make up for not giving someone a job. Always. It doesn't have to be that. It could be anything.
I'm still trying to figure out how this applies to the dude that became the Supreme Court Justice, because it wasn't a job interview.
Sure it was.
It was a nomination.
Sure it was. It's as good as a job interview.
For the job, that's not an application. That's not an interview.
He could have turned it down. No one was holding a gun to his head saying you have to become a Supreme Court Justice. He wanted it, very much so, and he still wants it.
Yeah, and how many people wanted him in that position? How many people offered it to him?
No, boo-hoo. You know what? He wanted the position, and for all his whining and bitching about how his family had been discriminated against and blah, 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 well, he's the one who put his family through it. No sympathy. He could have walked away from the position without another peep, and that would have been the end of it. So I just don't get it, and I do agree with you insofar as this idea of whether or not he's guilty or innocent is concerned. I don't think it matters whether or not he's guilty or innocent. It's whether or not he's appropriate for the job. And by the way, this process did reveal that He probably isn't a good choice to be Supreme Court Justice. He lost his cool in front of senators. He lied. Either he lied or that woman lied, and frankly, I think of the two of them, he's the liar.
No, that's because you just think every American...
No, the woman's an American too.
...position is a liar.
No, the woman's a professor at a major American educational institution in California.
And that means that she's an honest, upstanding citizen. How?
That in itself does not. What it does mean, however, is that women across the United States do get sexually assaulted with far greater frequency and regularity than men. And
there are also many men across the United States who get falsely accused of sexually harassing
really?
A woman.
Really? Because studies actually show that not to be the case. Studies actually...
You need to do some more research because there have been many...
There's been plenty of research on this question. There's been plenty of research. It doesn't matter a damn. Doesn't matter a damn. There's been plenty of research on this subject, and the authorities on the matter have reached the conclusion that approximately 80% of the time, when a woman faced with the prospect of being ostracized from her community as a result of her accusation, makes the accusation, 80% of the time she's probably telling the truth. By the way, this particular woman actually went through a lie detector test, stood before the Senate of the United States, and underwent every conceivable examination that a human being could contrive to try to determine whether or not she was lying. And there wasn't...
I don't think that much effort went into it.
Oh, you're surely not suggesting. My God, man. That's exactly the kind of view that has led the United States into the quandary it's in right now. And it will stay there for as long as that stubborn view is clung to without regarding the pain and suffering that certain secreted elements of its population undergo all the time. I feel sorry for the United States, I really do. But as with Trump's election, as with this particular trial, it will likely take time for the American public to reach the point where it finally starts accepting that some of these things maybe are worth a bit more thorough consideration than the Republican Party of the United States would like you to invest. No, no. No, 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 no. Complete. Ow. All right. The Altair system. It is yes. No. The easy query system. Lock. All right. No. Oh, by the way, there was a guy on a little while ago who wanted to test out his ship against your cutter. He wanted to take his he wanted to take out his chieftain against your cutter and see what it would do. So I was going to act as cameraman for this fight, if you wanted me to be.
And how am I supposed to outfit a cutter to do that?
Well, right now you're kind of far away to start with, but...
Well, the missions out here are a whole load of shit, so...
Really?
Fuck, there's a civil war going on.
Oh, wonderful.
Not really.
Can't you pacify them?
I have no fucking fuel because I gotta wait 2 hours for one to show up.
I still wish we could bring each other equipment, otherwise, because then I could just bring equipment out to you.
Yeah.
Distress call. Threat level 2. Should I fight?
What are you doing over there?
Hey? Oh, I'm gonna attack this distress call.
You making your Valentine's box already? Cut off a finger, I'm going to cut your arm off at the elbow because I'm not taking you to the damn doctor to sew your finger back on.
You can get a cybernetic finger.
No, I just finished cutting the finger off.
No. That doesn't sound pleasant.
Well, if you cut your balls off with that knife, I'm going to laugh at you. I don't know, you tell me, we'll both know.
Copy that. Going live. Stand by. Fire online.
Okay, we are on target. Here we go. And that'll be the end of that guy. One is down. Taking hits from 3 enemies. Target obliterated. Target destroyed. Oh, it's a gunship. I'm letting him have it. Threat obliterated. All ships destroyed.
Roger that. Commencing fighter recovery.
Okay.
Why the fuck will this not let me scan this stupid nav beacon?
I don't know. You should just point at it, and then that should be it.
That's what I'm trying to do, but it's not scanning it.
Have you targeted it?
I'm targeted on it right now.
Well, it should work as long as you're within range then, in theory.
Like 100 meters away.
Yeah, close enough. Although sometimes I've had to get around a game glitch by disengaging target lock and then coming around for another pass. I don't know if you've made another pass yet, but... Port dynamics. We are in the hangar at Magnus Gateway on the Epsilon Eridani system. Completing the mission. It went ding! And then it made me friendly. Would you like some mineral oil?
Oh, this is not a targetable object or something, because I cannot fucking target it.
It's because you don't have any mineral oil.
I don't need no anal sex. I don't need mineral oil right now.
But you work for the Empire. Anal sex is a requirement.
Only if that's what floats your boat.
Well...
I could target all these other random ships flying around me. Maybe it's just something to do with the fact that I'm in a fucking anaconda.
I wonder if it has something to do with maybe... Is the probe broken? Like, is it compromised?
Oh, it's not showing that it's compromised.
Are you compromised?
Of course I am.
I'm always compromised myself. Because I just love committing crimes in the United States just to piss them all off. Alright. Let's go to the remote workshop and see if we cannot upgrade our guns. The multi-cannon. Aha! Nope, no configurable components. More multi-cannons. And you still need more configurable components. And this is a valid technology trader, which deals with encoded materials only. It is a technology broker that deals in Guardian technology. And we have 7 metric tons of gold. Where is your vault? Do you understand me?
You know where it was.
That's where I put all my cocaine, not my gold.
You never know, maybe the cocaine's worth more than the gold.
It probably is, actually. Pound for pound, it probably is. In fact, some people I've known in the past have used it as a replacement currency. If they didn't have cash, they would give drugs instead of money for things. So it is conceivable. How much coke for this bar of soap?
3 snorts.
3 snorts and half a line of soap. Well, I don't know what to do here.
What are you trying to do?
Map the entire galaxy.
Good luck.
Oh, you'll never... Did I tell you I was watching Space 1999, that B-rate sci-fi classic from the early 1970s? Man, it was hilarious. So much worse than Star Trek. All the lava lamp effects and retro costumes, it was hilarious. From the early 70s, it was hilarious. Because, you know, you haven't lived life until you see a planet that's made out of lava lamp liquid. So that's where they got all the lava lamp material from. From this planet.
Are you jealous?
Always. And compromised. I think I snore too loud.
No? That's the lady upstairs. She could probably tell you if you snore too loud or not.
Downstairs, but yes. She's definitely been compromised.
Sexually?
I don't think so. Probably the last part of her that remains completely intact. The rest of her's gone to hell, but... Well, let's go to the black market since there is one here, and let's sell our gold. Yay, I sold some more gold.
It's not helping.
Ow!
I'm sorry.
Little witch, you just punched me in the nose. Go by your dish.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Stop petting me, I'm not a dog.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, she has such a high voice.
Hell no. No.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to punch you in the nose.
Go away.
I didn't mean to.
Get lost.
I didn't mean to.
Go play kite.
I didn't mean to.
Go play in traffic.
I'm sorry.
I don't care. Go play in traffic.
Okay.
Good riddance.
Was that your cat or your daughter?
That's my daughter. She smushed my nose. I can't breathe right now. She's evil.
Yes, children often are.
Okay, stop squeaking. I got a headache as it is. Go play. Okay, you need to stop.
Put her in the dungeon.
No, she's gonna go to bed or something. I don't know.
I'd probably make a terrible parent sticking my children in the dungeon. They would have internet access, so they could probably complain about it, but... That is until I took over their network feed and started saying things in public they didn't want repeated, but... Remote workshop.
Does have to be aware of high gravity conditions when docking.
Huh?
Only 4.8 times heavier than Earth. Or 4.8 Earth masses.
It's almost equivalent to my mass.
Maybe of your ass.
I'm really fat, so...
Tell you the gravitational force?
Hey? What? No.
Does it tell you how much a planet, how much gravity is on a planet? It tells you how much bigger than Earth it is?
Oh, it's quite a bit bigger. But don't forget, planets can be porous, so you can have a planet that's many times Earth's diameter and still have less G-force and less...
Content world with a metallic core.
Okay, well, that's probably a bad thing.
I don't know, the docking computer didn't do so well. It bounced me off the surface of the planet.
Yeah, that's hard.
About 12% of my shield.
Yeah, that's not all that surprising. Are you in the Akinar system? Where the hell are you?
No, I'm still out in California sector.
Oh, okay. That's fine then.
I'm at the Ford Research Laboratory.
For your convenience and safety, classification mechanisms are active and tracked.
you will go over here. And then you will go here and there. And then course laid in for the Altair system jumping.
What a fucking joke.
What now?
0.25 tons per second.
Well, if you're referring to a fuel scoop, that's not all that fast.
No, it's not. We could wait another fucking hour and a half.
Shit, that's a bright sun. If you ever find yourself traveling to Altair, bring your sunglasses with you.
Well, when they finally invent the immortality potion, I'll keep that in mind.
30 seconds to target. Approaching Dark's Hollow. And there happens to be a city on this planet called Sleepy Hollow, which of course is the historic birthplace of Ichabod Crane. Crane, of course, lost his head in an unfortunate encounter with the Headless Horseman, which found himself on a planet many light years from Earth, oddly enough. It was very strange. And it was Halloween, and I believe it was a Tuesday.
Sure.
Orbis class station has a habitat ring.
Your assigned landing pad is number 30.
We are headed for Bay 30. And we will pass right over this air traffic control, spaceport control tower. Sorry, starport control tower. And now we are in deep trouble.
Did you fart?
No, but I overtook someone else's landing pad. We have docked.
Landing operation complete.
The Chuck Chew system, the stopover system, the Wolf 718 system, the LHS 3356 system, and the V1581 Cygna system. Let's have a look at our chart. Oh, we haven't been doing very well tonight. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go to the Chuck Chew system. No, it's in the wrong direction. The stopover system. Yes. Yes. This is the right place at the right time for the right reasons. And the winner is... Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We are leaving the star system. We have a degraded debris field, but it's threat level 2. Usually they're threat level 0. Therefore, we will take an interest in this debris field. $25,000 kilometers in closing on CMDR 7-second constant timer and engaging. Target obliterated. There are 2 canisters of leather. We are not even vaguely interested in leather.
Roger that, Commander. Let's bring the fight down.
We are collecting our fighter.
Fighter is stowed away. We're approaching a gas giant. It is a Jupiter class gas giant. No ring system.
time for this bed and fall asleep here.
No, uh-oh. Okay, I got stuck and hung up somehow on an alien ship. I had a trespass warning and it just blew my ship up. I'm not impressed. It wouldn't cancel the trespass warning, it just kept counting down.
Yeah, you gotta get out of the station and get the trespass warnings.
No, usually you just clear the landing pad. I'm at a detention facility. I now have 1.3 million credits. I must leave the region in order to regain money. I don't understand how the hell that happened, because I cleared the landing pad that I was in offense of. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all, I'm sorry. And I got hung up on the station when I should have been clear. I'm sorry, that just doesn't make any sense at all. None. What a piece of shit. They have so many bugs they have to fix in this game, it's unbelievable that they've gone this long without fixing them. Stop over.
Logging in and continuing to play day after day.
What? I can't understand you.
And you continue to log into this game and play day after day.
Not day after day, not anymore. Not that they really care one way or the other. I'm quite sure they have a very full and healthy complex all worked up about how great they are because they code a game that's, well, coding a game. It's like the dream of every programmer to do, so. As soon as they do it and they're somewhat successful at it, they tend to develop a very healthy ego. Not that that necessarily happened here, but my God, do bugs ever go for a long time without ever being addressed in this game. In my line of work, that is extremely unusual. Okay, could I please have... Okay. Finally. And we still... Holy shit. Still have to complete the delivery. Hurry the hell up.
Now we will try this again. And why do they only let you have, even if you are guilty of trespassing, why do they only give you 15 seconds to clear the station?
I don't know. I didn't design the game, I just play it.
Another dumb mistake on their part. I noticed how much more amicable Obsidian Ant has become ever since I started playing favorites and admitting him into the site, the actual the Frontier Development's workplace. Suddenly now they're not such a bad company. They listen to their customers, etc., etc., etc. Whereas before, there were all these problems with the development process that suddenly seem to have vanished since his last visit. I find that amusing.
He's got in a front row seat to see what's going on.
Yeah.
He now sees that they've got more issues than just what he thought.
Or he's being treated like a favorite content provider for the game, and he's being won over by the proprietors of the game so that they don't have to work as hard in order to impress. I've seen it happen before in journalism. There we go. I even fell victim to this phenomenon myself at one point. Bias can suddenly shift as soon as you're given that front row seat. It has nothing to do with them doing their job any better. Otherwise, you would have seen the issues being dealt with properly beforehand, before you were introduced to a front row seat.
What the fucking hell?
For the sake of visitors, please be considerate of all vessels. Consider the web access method.
Contact engaging docking. Great, Commander.
Ooh.
I have no idea where they're at.
I can have another permit. Isn't that wonderful? I can have access to the prison colony. Yahoo. I know, let's go find the Voyager space probe. That'll be fun.
Beecher's not interested in you unless you're Captain James T. Kirk.
Beecher? They're just a big mouth carbon unit. They're just like all the other carbon units.
You're jealous.
I'm pleased to call myself a non-carbon unit. It happens to be tacitly false, but I can call myself that. Galileo Station in a Cellus-class starport.
Federal Flight Control, you are required to submit a docking request before landing. Access approved. You are go for approach to pad 015.
I know it is. That was a long day. You didn't do what I asked you to do on yesterday or Thursday.
Avoid unnecessary destruction. Do not block the access corridor. Ensuring Mind your speed and your surroundings. Avoid collisions at all costs.
Well, let's go down here.
Kill your speed, not your credit ratings.
Time to sell a ship so that we can have some money. We will sell the... For 20 million credits, we will sell the Viper. And we do have a Python. I think it's about all we can afford to sell, so we better get our shit together for next time. Yeah, let's move the, I don't know, the Sidewinder, we can sell that one too, actually. It's not worth anything. This is why we didn't sell it before. The Diamondback is in the California sector. We can bring the Anaconda here, and we will bring the Anaconda here.
Little vulture is trying to interdict me. These are kind of annoying.
Anaconda will arrive in 15 minutes. Okay, that's it for tonight. I'm going to log off. Okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow, hopefully.
Good night.
Good night. It is 4:04:09 Zulu on 7th October 3304. I'm Commander Trium. We are going to sign off for the evening. Don't forget to check out the video properties for access to our web properties, including our cross-posting site on Twitter, which gives you access to both articles and an ongoing chronology of videos posted to YouTube. That's at twitter.com/commander_Trium. The literal spelled out version of that is again inside the video properties. You can also click I like or I subscribe in the YouTube interface if you enjoyed tonight's video, and of course there's always the bell icon if you'd like to be kept abreast of new content, either live or recorded. You'll get a Windows 10 broadcast message or Google dialog inside of Windows 7 if you select that button on my YouTube site's main page. This was the video flight log for Commander Trium, the second to go on this day in 3304. Please check back with me tomorrow. Check back here rather tomorrow. And this is Commander Trium wishing you a great evening. Fly safe, Commanders. Commander Trium signing off.